Nicole, thank you. Nicole Kent has been watching all things sport for you here on Today. To this now, before I go, police officers say they feel unsafe when out doing their jobs. That's according to the South African Policing Union, SAPU, which says cop killers should not be granted bail. I'm joined now by the union's spokesperson, Lesiba Thobakgale. Lesiba, good evening. Thank you for your time. You've gone as far as to say that killing a police officer should be considered to be treason. And that's quite gravely serious for you to say that. And I imagine that that's informed by your observations about a problem that I imagine you will tell me is not getting better, but getting worse.
Thank you so much for having us, Thulasizwe, and also to the viewers of the eNCA. We have been making this call as the South African Policing Union, informed clearly by the high rate of police killings in South Africa. As we speak, looking back into 4 quarters, the previous quarters, in terms of the crime stats, we have lost around 109 police officers. And clearly it shows that our police officers are being targeted, whether they are on duty or off duty, whereas they are carrying a constitutional mandate to ensure that everybody in this country is being kept safe, to ensure that even property is being secured. But instead, our members, they fall to be casualties in the hands of brutal criminals, whom, when they kill police officials like they do to the citizens of this country, it clearly shows us as a union that by removing or by killing police officials, criminals want to really run a racket in this country and continue to kill even our community members. So we've been making this call that police killings should be declared treason, so that those who are found to be guilty of committing such crimes, they should get a harsher sentence. But looking last week, somewhere in the Western Cape, a police officer was hijacked and his car it was recovered where he was found dead, and the suspects were also arrested. So we are making this call that even those who are alleged to have committed such acts, they should not be given bail, because if they go out there, the chances are higher that they will continue to target even more police officials, because they would have been afforded bail and even terrorized even our community members. So we are not shaken about this call up until the president of the country and even the lawmakers in this country take the issue of police killings seriously, because we don't see them taking it seriously as we speak.
To what extent, Lesiba, do the current systemic issues account for the killings of police officers? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I've been characterizing this situation as there's a war going on. It's a criminal war that is going on, a low-intensity war on us as a society, in that, criminals have launched a war against us, and our side as South Africans is just not responding adequately, be it in as far as more boots on the ground, be it our supply lines for those boots on the ground, resources, training, etc., etc. To what extent do those count for the number of police officers being killed?
They count quite a lot when we remember Thulasizwe, in terms of the United Nations recommended ratio, which is saying that one police official is supposed to be responsible for around 220 citizens. And the one that is being utilized in South Africa, it is above 420. But when we look at the ever-growing population of South Africa, it is clear that the capacity that we have in the SAFs, it is not enough, starting from the human capital. We've been making this call that we need to hire, we need to recruit even more police officers, because we've lost quite a lot of police officers due to COVID-19 and even due to natural attrition. So starting with the issue of beefing up the police with the human capital, and then it comes to the issues of also the physical resources that our police officials they need in order for them to utilize to fight the issue of crime in this country. But moreover, the cooperation between the Community Policing Forum, in terms of the role that they are playing, that cooperation between CPF and the police and also the police, it plays a very critical role, because those criminals, they come from our communities. They don't come from nowhere. So they come from our communities. And where there is a clear cooperation of community policing forum, where even the resources of SAPS would be clearly channeled to the right places and using the right strategy in order to fight crime. But you can have a right strategy, you can have all theoretical things that you have. But if you don't have the human capital, if you do not have the physical resources, if you do not have even the stringent regulations or even the law where we are saying that police killings should be regarded as treason, we would continue to see even more police officials being killed. Crime stats are being released and we see how serious crime is in this country. But after the crime stats are released, there are no measures that are being taken in order to address the issues of crime in this country. And we've been making this call on the re-establishment of specialized units like murder and robbery. As we have seen today in places there, in Pietermaritzburg and also in Soweto, the killings of our people in this country, it clearly shows you that we need that speciality of those units so that they could be able to remove those who are alleged to have committed these acts and for them to be taken away so that they are removed from our communities and even through convictions in court. But we are not seeing the political will from government and also from SAPS management. And that on its own, it keeps on putting the lives of the citizens of this country at risk and also the lives of our police officers.
All right, Lesiba, I'm completely out of time. I thank you for your time and your insights here on eNCA. That's Lesiba Thobakgale from the South African Police Union. And that will do it for today. Stand by at the top of the hour.